And I've got the live chat
hey.
here.
That was kind of creepy looking. Hey!
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello. I'm kind of in the picture. I'm like doing YouTube and Instagram at the same time.
So you'll see more of you on Instagram.
Yeah,
than you
so
will of me.
if you're used to seeing me on Instagram, cool. Hey, welcome to everyone who's joined us. I almost never go live on Instagram, so we just got back from vacation. If you've been following our adventures down in Disneyland or Disney World, you've seen what I've been up to. There's Matt. It's the Matt in there too.
Hi, everybody.
And you saw that I took a bunch of the Villainous and the Disney Sorcerer's Arena pizzas down there. And
yes.
That was a thing.
I've got the chat up here for you too.
So, welcome. But while we were gone 2 weeks. A lot of boxes showed up from board games. So many boxes. I think we could recreate Stonehenge in this house with how many boxes there were. My poor friend Holly, shout out to Holly for schlepping some of them. But yesterday when I got home from work, it was like a mountain of board games.
So we had a lot of boxes to begin with.
Yeah.
But we had those were from like FedEx and UPS. So then we had our mail held, and then you came home to a mountain.
Yeah.
So stuff that went through USPS.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. Hello, and game. Hello. If you have any questions about Disney World in general, we're
going to show you some stuff here and there.
Not seasoned pros, but almost seasoned pros. Things we really liked, things we would recommend avoiding. Any of our tips and tricks, we can certainly do that if you're planning a trip coming up. Certainly do that. May show off a couple of the things we got while we were down there, talk about our trip as well, and anything else, because that's how it goes with us when we are doing one of these live videos.
Yes.
The kitchen sink is what you get. Hello, Chad.
Well, let's first start with the whole purpose of this video. The thumbnail on YouTube is Jenn and Matt open their mail. So I'm going to give you something. You said you had this for a while now. They got stuck in customs.
Oh, yeah. These poor folks. I've covered one of their games before. It was Flock of Seagulls.
Oh, yes.
And
Slappy game.
They contacted me around New Year's Day and said, hey, Jen, we got a new one coming out. Would you like to show it? And almost all the time I say yes, unless it is like a party game or 3 or more players, because that comes in our house and it just dies. It dies to death. We just can't get it played. We have a Bourbon on Dice event here once a month at our house where we play games. It's about anywhere from 10 to 15 people. And even then, I can't get like my review copies of 3 or more players in and done. So I generally say no. So this is their newest one. A show by Dice. This is from Comet Games. They're over in the UK. I wonder if they're at Ericon this weekend. If they are, you can check them out. So this is their newest one. So a little dice game, card flipping, card throwing. Hey,
oh boy,
I love throwing. So we'll see how that is. I do like supporting small publishers. I have a small soft spot in my heart for small indie publishers.
Do it the light.
So, oh no. I mean, sure, yeah. Like better people or not better, all 4 of you watching. Because I'm always a pasty white chick, no matter what we do with the lighting.
Hey.
So, that is that. Now, one of those boxes I may have to hold off on.
Why?
Because there's an embargo on one of those.
Do you know which box it is?
Well, I'll have to open it and take a looky-loo and see which one it is. How have you all been? For those of you watching, what have you been up to? I haven't been super active on Instagram, and we are literally never active on YouTube on very rare occasions.
Alright, so can I show this?
Yes.
Alright. So this is from Looney Labs. This is their new iteration of Flux all across America. So Across America Flux. Just trying not to get a glare on the light. I'm gonna move and see if it's better with the light off. I'll take it.
Lighting. We're not a professional situation here, folks. I got this one no, that's worse. No, thank you. Oh wow. Mostly it was Jess Cassidy, who, if you've been on Instagram a really long time, you would know Jess as one of the original board game girls, who had worked for Arcana for a really long time and now is doing some stuff from Looney Labs. Contacted me. I've known Jess a long time. The Flux games are super popular at my library. This is maybe a keeper for us. We do own Monty Python Flux, which is the best of the Fluxes.
Oh, yes.
If you have a favorite Flux, comment
The
below.
SpongeBob one's a lot of fun, too.
Ah, we had that one and someone lost it and never returned it.
Lost it.
Yeah, they lost it and never returned it.
Okay.
So I am excited about this one. I kind of hoped it would come before we left because I had grand dreams of being on a plane and showing this in the plane, and I always have grand ideas.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we're trying to watch Phantasmic at Hollywood Studios. This big nighttime spectacular, fireworks, lots of actors and actresses. And I look over at Jen and she's trying to take videos at particular moments of villainous pieces or Sorcerer's Arena pieces instead of just enjoying the show. But, well, whatever works for you, sweetheart.
That's how you know you're a dedicated content creator.
That's how you know you're an Insta husband.
Oh, yeah. The suffering.
Oh, the great. More from Looney Labs. This is you.
This, I think, is the one I cannot show.
Okay, never mind then.
I will open anyway. Maybe, I think. It is.
Alright.
It's my super secret thing that was sent to me.
You saw nothing.
You saw nothing. You saw
Nothing.
a bag. A bag.
And possibly a cat.
And a cat who may or may not join us. We picked up the cats. I picked up the cats this morning. And they've been uber snuggly. Valkyrie, I think, is downstairs. We're hoping she's not whistling on the carpet.
Who knows? She's probably conked out since nobody's with her.
That could maybe be a thing. So, yeah, drop a comment too if you've ever had a puppy and
you know the struggle.
Your life is not your life.
This one, I know we can show.
Yes. These are not our crazy and wild unboxes. This is very organized and stuff. I also don't sound great because I caught the cold that my in-laws brought on vacation with them. And I've been sick almost 2 weeks. Not COVID, I promise.
This is Red Rains for Ashes Reborn. This is the solo/co-op version of Ashes. I'm very excited because whenever we play games recently, it's always review copies. So I'll be able to play Ashes solo now.
And Aslan is super excited because the box ended up on the floor, and
if he sits, he fits.
If
he fits, he sits.
He's gonna try to sit in it.
Oh, alright.
Let's talk about Disney. You talk about Disney while I blow my nose.
What do you want me to say?
Whenever you want.
What gets us in the least trouble from the Disney police?
In the worst trouble?
In the least trouble from the Disney police?
Probably none of it, but...
Okay.
Okay.
Disney World is a collection of 4 parks that can sometimes be enjoyable. That's the safest thing I can say with regards to our trip.
Yeah? Okay.
It wasn't that it was a bad trip. It was a good trip. It's just there are some things that have been implemented in the system that make Disney much more difficult to navigate. Some things were happening in the park that I think have a lot to do with the contract negotiations going on right now.
Yeah. Support unionized workers.
Yeah, and a lot of it comes down to like availability of workers.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. I don't care. The parks were kind of dirty.
Yeah.
And this is just the Orlando parks. I'm not talking about in general. You went into a bathroom where someone had just dumped their popcorn bucket upside down into the sink, and no one knows how long it was there.
I mean, it looked moderately fresh. I mean, if theme park popcorn, it can never look fresh, but I don't know. Disney used to be like the gold standard in terms of the guest experience and cleanliness. And it was really clear that there were not enough workers for the number of guests, and the workers were very overwhelmed. Um,
When we were in Pirates of the Caribbean, I held onto one of the handrails for a quick second, and it was so sticky. I was wondering if my hand was going to come off.
yeah, it's very interesting. If you're just joining us, we're talking about our trip to Disney, and we're talking about some of the kind of not pitfalls, but things that were not as great as Disney used to be. I'd love to hear if you've been to Disney before and what your experience is, or if you're planning a trip, or how recently you've been, or if you're not a Disney file like we are, then you could just be like, Jen, this is terrible. Please move on. We came for the boxings, the unboxings of the games. People are just, I don't know. I think ever since COVID too, and I notice this a lot at work, people are not nearly as nice as they used to be. The general public. I mean, a lot of times in person-to-person interactions, people are fine, okay, but as a collective, the general public is impatient, rude, lacks a lot of empathy sometimes. It's not great.
My mind goes back to that Tom Segura bit when he complained at the movie theater, and the movie theater tended to just shrugged his shoulders and went, "Some people suck."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was at Disney this time.
Yeah. And I'm used to people kind of sucking on average, because again, when you work at a public library and you work with a wide swath of people do suck. Some people are great.
However, the new Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's probably the cleanest ride and the newest ride. And the dining experiences were very nice. We did the Garden Grill, Tusker House. We had Cape May Cafe breakfast with Minnie Mouse in her beach outfit.
Your mother fell in love.
Yeah. And we did the Beer Garden. We did
a lot. Raglan
Road, which is good as usual.
Yep. Wilderness Lodge.
Oh, they had the Whispering Canyon Cafe, where they throw straws at you and make you bring ketchup to other tables.
It's amazing.
It's fun.
Unless you're introverted, and
if you're introverted, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, if you are introverted, that is not your speed.
But I would say one of our more fun experiences we had was outside of Disney World, and we went to medieval times.
Yeah, so...
Oh, you're not saying anything.
Oh, I'm shaking my head. I'm looking at...
Our guy should have won. I'm sorry. We had the most rowdy section, and you think that would have been it, but no.
Yeah, our night... All right, so medieval times...
The new Tron ride is open in April. They're doing cast member previews right now and influencer previews. Jen is not a Disney influencer, so we could not pull our weight there, sadly. So no, Tron looks fun. Definitely... Try to see it at night when they light it up. It's because at daytime it just looks like a giant bubble. At nighttime you get to see the cool lights. So Tron's not quite open yet. We weren't there for that.
We did go on the People Mover.
That brought us close to Tron.
We drove by in the People Mover. We did catch a light cycle going by.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little concerned because...
Whoa.
Hey, that's a cat. Y'all went on an adventure. Are you sick? Sorry. Because I'm.
For those on YouTube, the ring light just fell over because the cat decided to be cuddly.
So Disney is also known for making their rides that anyone can go on them, and the new Tron ride is a little concerning because it looks like there's going to be, if you're super super tall, or
there's problems.
If
you're wide. There's problems.
If you're a rounder person
like me,
you might have a problem, or if you have like really thick
calves.
The calves was another thing.
And there are seats that you can go on. Don't get me wrong. There is the ability for anyone to go on this ride, but there's 2 out of the 8 trains, I think, that have the open back seat that fits anybody. It's more like just a regular roller coaster seat.
Yeah. Cat. And no offense to Disney, but if you're going on Tron Cycle, you're going on to go on the light cycle.
Right.
You're not going on to have a regular roller coaster experience, all of which is, yeah, Chad, the heat seats are too small. Yeah, so yeah. I'm 5'10", and I'm a little nervous.
So, I mean, that was one of the other things I give Disney credit over parks like Universal, Busch Gardens, is they don't ever really have the practice seat in their parks. Like Universal, in the front of every roller coaster or intense ride, there's a practice seat to see if you'll fit.
Oh, boy.
Let me take him out.
No, we just hold him.
Oh, yeah.
We'll open another box.
No, he's really snuggly. Anyway, there's usually a practice seat. Disney's never had that. The first time I saw it was Flight of Passage. Now, I'm a chunky guy. We went on Flight of Passage twice. The first time I didn't have myself properly in the seat, and so they used the they kind of shoved me in, and I was like, oh, that's not quite comfortable. But anyway, so Tron has those seats too. It's going to be tricky, but I think it'll still be a really good experience that a lot of people are looking forward to.
So this is clearly from, you're 6'4". Oh, yeah, chat. I've heard like 6'4" is like going to be no-go.
There's a certain way you can try to put your legs to get it to work a little bit better.
Chad, do you watch Tim Tracker? Are you familiar with him? He's 6'2", and he like barely made it.
Paging Mr. Morrow also barely made it too.
Yeah, he had like the opposite problem because he's a round guy.
Thick calves couldn't get into the seat in the right way.
So it's gonna be something. Six Flags has test seats. Yeah.
Yeah, Six Flags.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been to Six Flags. Closest one to us is maybe 45 minutes up in Massachusetts, but the New Jersey one is good too.
All right, so we're opening another box now. This is from the OP.
Also sad that this came after we left.
The new expansion for Sorcerer's Arena. Ooh, and this is why I have these. So down in Disney, they're still doing until the end of the month the 50th anniversary, and they have these these collectible medallions around the park. Nice, thick, super clinky medallions, and I decided to get as many of them as I could for victory point tokens for Sorcerer's Arena instead of the little cardboard cutouts. And they all have different characters on them too. So yes, nice and big.
So the new set, as you can see, has Buzz, Elsa, and Scar. I almost made a Disney boo-boo and said Mufasa. Same, Chad. Also love us some Tron, so we're gonna see.
I still haven't gotten the second expansion for Sorcerer's Arena, the Horned King.
Oh yeah.
Mother Gothel and Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
I'll try to find that.
Yeah. We do really like, I've taught Disney Sorcerer Arena at the library, had full tables every time. The theme, I think, is definitely what is selling this game too. It's got really like great introductory gameplay, and I
love the rule book because it's chapter 1, just do this basic stuff. And it just teaches you through the chapters how to play the full game. And I really think the game's, especially if you've played the app. I have not yet played the app. But I would like to see how close the board game is to the app. But I think the board game is a really nice Disney dueling system.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And I like that they are acrylic standees instead of the plastic standees. And they're double-sided and like laser imprinted, it looks like. Really great idea. My only nitpick is that you have to peel off that plastic.
It's a little tougher in that game, more than some of the other ones.
Which, I don't know if you've ever been there. That plastic on acrylic is a bear. So, your turn.
This is not a surprise for me because it says it on the box. What? So we had already played this because we kickstarted it. But it was also sent to us.
Of suspense. What is it?
I know what it is.
I know what it is.
You know what it is.
I do.
The chat knows.
Chad
knows
is with
what
us
it is.
too, and Chad also knows what it is.
This is Motor City from the Kings of Rollin' Right. Adam Hill, Matt Riddle, and Ben Pinchback. They were the first designers where I ever had a 2-page Rollin' Right.
Yeah, so, okay, I have commentary now. I have commentary.
Okay.
I have dual commentary. So, Matt and I don't kickstart as much anymore because, I'm going to be quite frank, I'm tired of waiting many years for Kickstarters that were not ready or done when they go to Kickstarter.
Or designed.
I'm
not naming any names.
No, there's so many folks.
But I can point names and name fingers.
And the playtesting is still going on, and it's not done. And
Hi, Joe Don.
3 years later, I finally get a game, and I don't care.
You don't own it anymore sometimes. Like, we kickstart expansion.
I don't care anymore. This is really bad. I have apparently I have the attention span of a fly, and I just don't care anymore. I'm sorry, folks. I love you all so much. You are amazing people, but you really need to have a game done before you send it to Kickstarter, please.
That being said,
Please.
one company that I don't think has ever dropped the ball is 25th Century Games.
Or Motor City. The guys in Motor City. Because the games are done when they go to Kickstarter. The art is done. The graphic design is done. The rulebook is done. The game itself is done. They're basically being printed. They're being printed. Which
It's a novel idea.
there's probably pros and cons for both. I'm not on that side of the industry, but as a consumer, it's very satisfying to kickstart something from small publishers, small indie publishers, and get them as quickly as we do. We recently
So thank you, 25th Century Games, for
in
following
Motor City,
through.
yes.
In Motor City, yeah.
We recently got the expansion, which was basically just cards for one game. And
Dude, what one was it?
you know which one, the one that I kept stalking on Kickstarter. And they kept going, well, we're a small company. We're a small company.
Oh,
you know?
yes,
I mean,
that game.
You know.
We don't have it yet, do we?
Oh, yeah, we got the expansion.
Oh, we did.
And I didn't even care. And I'm like, well, Motor City Games is also a really small company, and Matt Riddle had some really terrible things happen to him recently in his personal life, and he still got this out. And Chad, are you a one-person operation, basically? You got this out. You helped them. You helped them with this and all your other stuff that you do on your own. So I don't know. I don't know. What would a Gen Live thing be without a rant?
That's true.
There's ranting that goes on.
Yes, always.
So I'm always vastly impressed with 25th Century and again, adjacently Motor City, because they get their games out so quickly. You kickstart them and they're in your hands.
Yeah, see, that's perfect. Basically doing final layout, rulebook tweaks based on previewer copies we had printed. That is a fantastic business model. I am no longer looking forward to Kickstarters that say, we're still working on the final touches. Final touches means it's going to be 5 years before I see the product.
Yeah. And some of the large companies, I mean, we can all fill in the blanks on the big kahunas that do this stuff. And you also have a full-time job, Tad? No, stop. I didn't know that. So, yeah, 25th Century just had their 3-game that just finished up. Yeah, finished up. And he says, files should go to the printer in the next week or two.
And this is the new Rollin' Right from them, or is this a new game?
No, this is the one with the umbrellas. Chat
yes.
help me out. I'm really sorry. Yeah,
remember
it was a
seeing it
trio
through
of
my,
games. Was it the donut one too? All like super colorful, really great looking games. And we'll probably have them in our hands in like 6 months.
That's the way to do it.
I don't. There's probably a lot more upfront costs, but I think generally your people are probably happier. So.
But even like, and I'm not sure if they're watching, the first run of Kapow, they were not that delayed. It was mainly there were some issues with the dice coloring that they had, but they were still, and they were just like a 3-person group, and they still got it out. And we're seeing some big companies just delay after delay, and it's like, oh, come on.
So Donut Shop, Agueda, I'm probably murdering that, and Colorfield. Oh, Emily, hey Emily, what was I going to tell you?
Oh, Valkyrie's sleeping.
Valkyrie's sleeping. Hey, yeah. So our friend Emily and Mike, her partner Mike, took care of our Pepperoni Valkyrie. She had a fantastic time playing with her bestie Ripley, and probably driving poor Hawkeye nuts. She murdered a mole and ate Mike's lasagna off the table, and then pooped in her crate.
She played with a ball. We don't know if it was dead already before she played with it.
Yeah, no, she murdered that thing. Yeah, so we are unboxing. If you are just joining us, we unboxed this. And this.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so the copy Motor City that Chad sent us is going to go straight to the library because we had already purchased it.
And if you're already familiar with the Pinchback and Riddle Roll and Rides, this is just another excellent addition to their collection that they've done. Starting with the infamous Fleet the Dice game, Three Sisters, which I think is my favorite out of the 3 so far.
Yeah, we've played Motor City twice. 2 times?
Both
Twice.
of them sleeping all day.
Both pups have been sleeping all day. They is tired. Yeah, Valkyrie, we're hoping is sleeping downstairs because she's down there by herself.
And I hear nothing.
And we're hoping she's not piddling all over the place.
You want to talk about this before we go on to the last box?
Yes. So I had gotten an email from Starling Games, and they were looking for some content creators to cover one of their new games. And it unfortunately arrived the day that we left.
Joe Don also enjoyed Three Sisters better than Fleet. There's like an added element of theme in Three Sisters because with the rain and the growing, and then it's the garden, all this stuff. It's neat. I really do think Three Sisters is neat.
And we were the day before we left, and I had an embargo on it, and I was going to be smart and bring it with me, but then I totally missed it, and the intention was to post this for International Women's Day, and it is Deadly Dodgers. If you're on Instagram, you've probably seen a bunch of folks who have been posting it, and we didn't play it yet. I'm sorry, but we will in our pile, which ebbs and flows as it often does.
This is all you. I'm not going to get in your way on this.
This is one that I have been so excited for.
It's been in development for a little bit.
Yeah, so talk about a small publisher. This is a small publisher.
Did they kickstart this?
I think you just published it.
Okay.
And
Dope.
wildly supportive of libraries and wildly supportive of lots of things as I struggle like a nincompoop. I already have what? I already have a book picked out for this for Board Game Breakfast. I read this book last summer in preparation for this game because that can sometimes be the holdup if you send me a review copy.
Sometimes she has me read it.
Yeah, I've cheated once or twice and had Matt read it. Instead,
Like Final Girl Support Group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is... I'm so excited. Votes for Women. So Tori Brown. This has gotten a lot of super great press on Twitter. Again, I think
a lot on Instagram too.
Lots on Instagram as well too. Four Circle did the
Shores of Tripoli.
Shores of Tripoli,
Fantastic
which is
game.
an amazing 2-player card-driven war historical war.
It's an abstract war game, I would say.
And huge attention to detail. The last one might have come with a supplemental history book.
Yeah, there was it was an appendix with cards that had the number on the bottom of the cards, and you can look and see what that event was all about.
Yes. So this is also, this one to 4 players, so more than I thought. But yeah, I am wildly excited to play this. And I've read the book already, so hooray.
Yay!
So, and what questions, comments, concerns do you have?
We do the pins.
You could bring them over while we're answering questions. Or if you're joining us on either platform, want to tell us what you've been playing and what you've been up to? No, I'm not showing that. Oh, a cat again. Yeah. You all wanted to go on a trip, didn't you? Tell us what you've been playing in the comments. We did play 1 game, 2 games on vacation with my in-laws. We played Nuts About Mutts, and we played Rummy. So we actually brought a lot of games with us.
We played cockroach poker with Dad.
Oh yeah, we played cockroach poker.
I didn't like the bug pictures.
Yeah, those were not a hit. We brought home, we went to Cool Stuff. Again, if you head over to Instagram and to my reels, you can see that we visited Cool Stuff in Orlando. And came home with 2 games because we needed more weight in our luggage. We came home with Woodcraft and Astra. We got home at 3:30 yesterday morning, and both of us had to work. I had to be in for 10:30 and Matt for church, so we have not played either of those. So I have no commentary. If you have played them and have commentary, you can certainly enlighten us.
So if you're familiar, Disney has a series of pins that they release. They're all very different as time goes by. This is our pin board now, and it's about to get fuller.
Yeah, we bought a lot of pins this time.
All right, first things first for our millennial friends who grew up with Disney. We are putting Darkwing Duck on the board. And then same to our millennial friends.
This is the content you came for, right, folks?
Oh, what are you saying? We have
Help Jenn and Matt organize
Gargoyles,
their pin life.
which was insanely popular on Disney Plus when it launched, apparently. All right, on the board you go. All right, what do you want to do next?
Probably the ones that I had started to put on, and Matt went, no, we're going to do that on the video.
Yeah. Here's our Aurora.
Yeah, we bought a lot of pins.
I'm seeing if they fit.
Because I have this thing now. Anyway, we could always... Are we really going to do this?
Wow. Okay, thanks, sweetie. Are there any that you want to show off?
Yeah, your space girlfriend.
My space girlfriend?
You will totally leave me for her. This is an accurate fact.
And then your space girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not showing that. Constance. If you're a Hatbox Ghost. If you're a Haunted Mansion fan, they had a whole series of Haunted Mansion mystery pins.
Of which we never got any doubles.
Yeah, Matt must have lucky. No, I'm not finishing that sentence. Because that's, no, that'll get me YouTube jail fired.
They have a series of, for March, a box series of the women of Star Wars. So you've got Leia, Ahsoka, Hera's in that set. You had, who did we trade? The Tico sisters. There's Rey in that set, and Padme's in that set. And Leia and Ahsoka have 2 different poses.
Yes. So, we'll dilly-dally a few more minutes while people would like to comment about what they've been playing, or what they've been doing, about questions about going to Disney.
Anybody thinking about going to Disney? No? No one? No one's thinking about going to Disney World? That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. All right.
Have most people come and go on, Jen?
We have Emily and Chad on
All right.
Instagram.
Well, then it's a party.
That is a party. They've stuck with it. What else do we have? Thinking about going to Orlando for Dice Tower East. Well, Joe Don, we might also be thinking about going to Orlando for Dice Tower East. So possibly.
I did ask Jen if she wanted to go to Dice Tower East as an excuse to try to get on Tron.
Yeah. Yes. That could be a thing. Yeah, I don't know. The thought of driving to Gen Con for Indianapolis this year was moderately upsetting, and
Why?
I don't know. I don't feel like I have it in me this year to
Okay,
drive all
that's
that way.
fine. That's
And then I priced out the hotels, and we had not purchased our badges already and gotten in the block. And the best hotel options were like 30 minutes away. And I also did not feel like being 30 minutes out for Gen Con again. I've been there, done that. I just don't want to. So yeah, and Gen Con is also a big shopping adventure, and
which we were just on.
And we already have so many board games.
Someone doesn't want to buy more shelving.
Yeah, I refuse to buy more shelving. Our question was asked by Chad, how long is our drive to Indy? Comparatively for some people, not terrible. In the 12.5, 13-hour range. We can bang it out in a day. Matt and I do 2-hour shifts and then take tinkle breaks. And stretching breaks. Oh, 10 hours for you. That's want to trade? But you're probably also hauling a lot of games and shelving and things.
I just bought more shelving, Joe Don.
Joe Don says he just bought more shelving. Yeah, Joe Don, you've been in this game room before. There is no more room for more shelving. So we're passing on that. Unless I start doing like shelving from the ceiling. We could think about that. Avello flies out of New Haven. When I looked, it was pretty dirt cheap to get down to Orlando for Dice Tower East. And then the actual badges aren't too expensive, and the hotel was also not super expensive. So that, if we do one, it's probably going to be that. PAX-U is almost always a no from now on because Matt is a community chorus director, and his winter concert is almost always that weekend. So
Don't blame me.
I'm not blaming you, man. I'm
Sounds like
stating
you're
a
me.
fact. It is a factoid. So we haven't been to a board game convention since Gen Con 2019.
It's true.
We almost made it to PAX-U this year, contrary to what I had just said, but it was like the weekend after my 3 weeks from surgery, and I did not think I would make it, and I probably would not have made it wandering around Philly for 12 hours a day. So, we'll see. We talked about Origins next year, maybe. Origins had contacted me about doing a presentation. They have a trade day, so well, we shall see. And Connecticut has no big, well,
There's
not anymore.
Connecticon.
Yeah, the Connecticut gaming conventions almost don't really exist anymore. Granite State, I think, might be this weekend. What's the one that Carl talks about all the time? He loves. Well, getting to
Can't
Origins
remember.
in June. Yeah, so I would have gone and thought about Origins in June, but I am going to my library conference the same weekend, unfortunately, in Chicago.
Almost done.
He's almost done filling in our pin board, and then we'll show you how much we filled in. So yeah, Origins this year is out. Origins next year, maybe. I want to have some of that Jenny's ice cream that people keep talking about and raving about. So, and Columbus is a much shorter drive for us. That's probably 9 hours. I don't know. We've driven we've driven to Lexington and Louisville before.
Oh, we
in
did
one day.
Louisville in a day. That was
From
14 and a half hours.
Yeah, that was.
We were running on fumes by the time we got there.
I think I just collapsed and was like, bourbon, please. Bourbon. Bourbon.
Are you ready?
Yeah, it's almost full.
So here's our pin board now. The whole Haunted Mansion set right here. And there's the Ahsokas right there.
Yeah. Sorry, Emily.
Hera, Leia's there, and she's there. And that Stitch is the Emperor. We might need a new pin board.
Yeah, we went hard on the pins this time.
Oh, we even have this neat Ahsoka one, which was not there.
I don't remember how I got that one.
Disney. Shop
Online.
Disney.
Oh, jeez. Emily, don't look. Emily, don't look. Just don't look. But yes, I agree with Chad. Ahsoka is the best character in all of Star Wars. 100% worth naming your senior husky after her because she is. I can
The
say
best.
she is the best. I was
She's
going to
the
say a bunch
best.
of swear words, but that would have been crass of me. So yeah, that's what we got, folks. Talking about conventions, and the like. Yeah, that's what we got. So, we'll catch you next time. If you're on YouTube and watching this, we'll catch you, I don't know when, we're the worst.
I'm going to be trying to do some content. We've got a review of Pendulum coming. Garten Bow review is coming. I'm looking at the pile. We'll be playing Genotype soon. Rolling Heights is going to be played soon. We have the new Kapow stuff.
Yes.
We have the Micro Twilight Struggle that just came out. So a bunch of stuff is coming. It's just about, if it has a solo variant, there's more of a chance of it getting reviewed faster.
Yeah, having a puppy is a lot.
Pour your beer in a glass, you heathen.
Oh,
She's mad about the Ahsoka pin. Okay.
No, we can't because, Emily, we got home last night after picking up Valkyrie, and I poured myself a beer and put it in a glass, and that little drank it out of my glass. So I have to be very careful because she'll turn into
A beer dog.
which is probably the worst thing she could be. But yes, I am drinking their Connecticut brewery, their Armada. They have some of the best canned artwork that is out there. Oh, that's very big. Immortal Prince.
It's a triple IPA that's got mango and berries. Very good.
Yes. It's one of my favorites from there, and Matt is drinking a Matt special called
The bourbon,
the bourbon.
where you just pour bourbon into a glass.
And maybe throw some ice.
Lasagna dog.
Lasagna dog. Yeah. So, yeah, we had pizza for supper last night, and she was like, well, I've had the taste of Italian before, so yeah, I like pizza too. All right, that is all, friends. We will catch you next time, and if you're just joining us, I'm sorry. Head over to my profile and see what we've been up to. Give it some love, or don't give it some love. I don't know.
Oh, fine.
That's fair too.
Jodan says, play lots of games on Tuesday when no one's going to be on the road.
Yeah,
That's true.
well,
Yeah.
I may have to drag Tookus into work, so I will not play
games.
while on the road.
I'm actually finally getting into Burn Cycle, so.
Yes. All right, we're really going now.
Yes.
I gotta go see what the dog is up to. Make sure she didn't eat more lasagna.
Okay, folks. We'll see you next time.
Toodaloo, friends.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.